Hello, Scorpio. Thank you so much for checking me out here at Reflexive Moon Tarot. I'm Sarah, and I will be hosting a general reading for you, channeling energy that is in moving through the new moon happening in Sagittarius and Capricorn. Also happening during the solstice. So, like a huge, massive reboot, basically. Um, so Sagittarian energy that we're channeling kind of looks like healthy boundaries, love of freedom, fabulous fiery energy that is used to serve others. And with the Capricorn energy, it's channeling love of what we do for a living, love of work, and finding pleasure in those things. And that's not the only; those aren't the only traits. It's just to name a few. So, with that, let's get into this reading. With the new moon and like sort of reset, like you can kind of visualize it like restarting your computer or your laptop and, just out with the old to make space for the new. Sagittarian energy is also, they love humor, they love to laugh. I find everything humorous, so maybe that is something that you need to do a little bit more of, or plant some seeds to let your funny bone grow. Uh, Also not the case. This is like setting new goals for yourself, having a good energy output. It's almost like the birth, like the growth of an idea that you've birthed. Like you've got your energy output that's happened and you're kind of seeing some turnaround, acknowledging that it's a good idea, that it's solid in nature, and that, refining it more and moving into a place where you can celebrate this really great idea or this energy output that's now had some turnaround. It's coming back to warm up your space. So crossing that, we have the Hierophant. The Hierophant's coming through for a lot of folks today. So spiritual advisor, spiritual connection, contracts as well. So this can be like marriage, even any type of binding contract that is sacred, that involves sort of making like a pact, even bound by the universe, by creator, source, God. This is also about service and even consistency, consistent service on a spiritual level. And it's overlooking the situation. It's going to be critical to your growth. It's going to be what sort of gives it life, what gets you in the doing mode again, and also feeling it's what's going to keep you occupied during a period of sort of like not kind of mundaneness, but like it's like watching grass grow when you're at the seven. Like you've planted your seeds, they've budded, it's growing, and now you're just kind of watching, waiting for it to be the time to cut. And you, like your mind is, you're learning how to get yourself into a place where you're able to help others nurture themselves and nurture their mind. So it's basically like you're learning how to teach. Like study of pedagogy might be the name of your game at this time. Epistemologies, learning new ways of knowing so that you can learn the ways of teaching as well. What else? Um, Your mindset might not be in a state of commitment either. you may not be ready to mentally grasp the idea or the notion of commitment. It might not be your jam. It just might be something that you are a little bit like that you balk at, perhaps, or that you are just not really interested in taking seriously because you can't really, you feel like you don't have the energy or the focus to do that. You might have been through some shit. Also, um, I don't know. Maybe you just feel like you're not. It's not. Maybe you just feel like you. I don't know. Do you feel like you need permission for that? Like that's kind of fucked up. But okay. That's okay. We have a napping person in the background. They are in their dream time. What else? So in your past, you have been, I mean, okay, so you have been learning how to mature up on some level. Also, like, um, teaching young minds or being an example for young minds is something that's been your main focus um, in the past up to now, up until this point. And that's who you have in mind the most when it comes maybe to who you want to commit to. Like, is this person compatible with young people that you might be responsible for as well? Or you could have just also been super like immature or needing to learn a few things before getting ready to put some more focus into a relationship activity. This seems more like a love read, interestingly. I guess this Hierophant sort of threw us into that energy of commitment. And then we have the Knight of Cups. Okay, so, um, okay. So subconsciously, like your mind is active. You're all about action. You're all about learning and just like moving and going and experiencing and like stimulating your mind through through experiences. And now it's going to be like focusing on the emotional experience, um, connecting with that. And again, it's not committal. So you're being crossed with commitment and non-committal. And what does that mean? What does that look like? How do you want to move forward in that? Or how are you going to move yourself into like, level up to the queen and king where you're nurturing your emotions, developing also your emotional intelligence. Ooh, it's kind of painful, isn't it? It hurts. It's an ouch, but it's also a gain. A gain, like an emotional gain. So you have been, like, your attitude is good. You've been taking the time to really be able to look outside yourself, to do that, to do that reflexive work where you're, assessing the situation and giving yourself opportunities to learn and grow, seeing where you're at, and then, going back into yourself and continuing, having learned or having adjusted your view, your behavior, all the things. The way that others see you is, you've cut your losses. You may want to cut your... Interestingly, people think that you want to cut your losses and move on. That's dry. Shit. Are you that dry guy? Damn. They also could see you having had cut your losses and moved on. Like, you know how to do that. You know how to emotionally handle that. So, when the going gets tough, if that's what's required of you, you know what to look for. So, you are seen as emotionally mature, having, gone through what it takes to learn that lesson and to not get stuck in a unhealthy situation. And you, like, balance, emotional balance is a goal for you. It's what you hope to achieve. You know, you don't want to be the person that cries over spilt milk, or you're already not the person that cries over spilt milk. And maybe you, like, you don't want to be the person that's, like, you know, dead emotionally. You want that life, right? You want to be full of life emotionally and not completely dead to feelings. And someone that you can celebrate with, but also someone that, like, you can connect with authentically, where you don't need to mask your emotions in any type of way. And someone who challenges you to not mask your emotions if that's something that you lean towards as a coping mechanism. Someone puts you in check on that level, gets you out of it. Okay. And maybe you even, like, help this person not cry over spilt milk. You know, the energy that you sort of, that they absorb from you helps them to be stronger in themselves too. King of Swords reversed. Okay. That kind of went off left. So there is a person, though. I don't think this is, like, this could be a parental figure. This could be your partner, but, like, we're not going to end on this note. This could be, like, a co-parent from the past even. I'm getting, what else? Or just, like, something really, someone really fucked up and super psychologically abusive that is basically an obstacle that you have to deal with in the final outcome of this energy. So how are we going to sort of, like, find joy and humor and stay focused on finding pleasure in our work with this individual? Let's see. Whoever this individual is, I feel like you know who they are. They could be daddy issues on your end, even mommy issues, like if your mom was more like the boss, or just parent issues, not gender specific. We got forward movement, like this is almost like cutting your losses and moving forward. It's just like sort of being forced into having to abandon and move on to greener pastures with this individual. That's something that you've had to do and will have to do with this person who is, like, messing with your mind for whatever reason. That may be something that you want to consider. And this also is, like, moving forward with them, right? Like, when you think of when I think of, I don't know. So it's like with this card in particular, you know, there's this entity, this person, it has a face, the ship, right? It has something leading the ship. The ship is guiding itself. It's got its own personality, and it's holding together the method of movement, and then also who it's responsible for transporting, right? So it's not a solo act, right? There's somebody that you might be traveling with forward, like moving forward, and it also is going to be for the purpose of taking responsibility for, you know, those who you are, like, people and things that you're responsible for. So I feel like focusing on that is what's going to help you. It's going to, you know, simultaneously in turn help you deal with this individual. And holding down the fort basically is where you're going to find your strength. You've been through some stuff. You know, it's caused a great deal of pain and sorrow, but and it's a heavy burden to bear on some level. And there's just going to be some things that you're going to have to let go and compromise with eventually as you move to the 10 of Wands. But you got a lot going on, and none of it's a bad thing. It's just there's this one person that really is like fucking Debbie Downer or something. I don't even know. But yeah, it's going to come to an end mentally. You're going to find a new way to look at things and see things differently. So with that, Scorpio, thank you so much for checking out my channel. I appreciate all the support. So please do hit that like and subscribe button. It definitely helps the growth of the space. Take care and bye for now.